I'm adding a pint of transmission fluid, and that's essential tremors. Can you see it at all, Battle? I apologize, that's essential tremors. Got some distilled water. The radiator is empty. Got some radiator flush, not for the radiator since it's a new part store cheapie, but mostly for the block. We want the radiator full within about 3 inches of the top. All right, I guess I'll go ahead and see if she starts. Fill the fuel ball. Accelerator pump. Well, what do you know, Battle? Got a little bit of that lifter tick. Look, Battle, we got a coolant leak. I gotta stop the engine. It's a coolant leak from this bypass here. Well, the engine's nice and hot. I think the heads are damaged, so I do have a chemical tester that I can test the cooling system to see if there are combustion gases in it. So here goes Battle. Wish you luck. I'm adding water. No thermostat, Battle. She's running just fine. No fuel leaks. We're letting her run. She's only been running for about 4 minutes. We got the chemical tester. It says 3 to 5 times. That's 5 times, Battle. If there's combustion gas in the radiator, the blue changes to green. It's still blue, Battle. Let's do it 3 more times, just for good measure. It's still blue. According to this, there's no combustion gases in the cooling system. We've been running about 14 minutes. We don't have hardly any leak underneath. There's some coolant in the catch pan, but I think that's from previously. Sounds pretty good, Battle. This is a good test. It passed. And then this weekend, we'll start her up. And then maybe we'll take her on a test drive. Or maybe I was being a pessimist. 148 after 20 minutes of idling, no thermostat. Fan is on high. Now, the fuel pump is leaking. I can see it dripping off of the bottom of the fuel pump. And the thermostat bypass is still leaking. All right, Battle, that's 20 minutes. Let's shut her off. No dieseling. She's treating me right. I searched high, I searched low for an extra fuel pump, and I don't have one. I did find the receipt. The local auto parts store has one on the way in. This AN fitting eventually needs to be replaced. Remember, we had tried to fabricate a steel hose, and my flaring tool is a piece of junk. Go ahead and let the fuel drain. The fuel stinks. It's old. You don't want to leave it sitting on the intake manifold, because if we start the car later and the engine warms up, it could start a fire. Let's see here. 2 bolts, Battle. And of course, there it goes. 1/2-inch nut that fell to the ground. Long-winded son of a gun, as always. There's the 1/2-inch bolt. There's the fuel pump. Block is warm, but I should be able to get this drain plug off the bottom of the radiator. There we go. There's the plug, Battle. I'll have to give you a shot of that coolant once it drains out. It looks pretty nasty. There we go. So we'll cut a new hose. All right, might as well do what it looks like. Get the new thermostat housing gasket. Got 1 bolt. Got the 2nd bolt. Thermostat housing comes off. No thermostat. Here's the coolant that I pulled out of the radiator. This has the Evapo-Rust in it, so it's pretty nasty. It's been in the cooling jacket for about 4 days, so that stuff works great. So let's go ahead and install this fuel pump that I got, and then put the thermostat housing back on. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use a thermostat. So let's get her done. I got the fuel pump and fuel line on, upper radiator hose, and now it's going to need transmission fluid. I can go ahead and start her up. All right, she's running, Battle. She hasn't had the air cleaner on her in about a year, I guess. There she is. No fuel leaks, no coolant leaks. That transmission leaks, Battle. All right, well, she went into gear, so that's a plus. And the brakes work because the 71 didn't fly out of the garage or slam into the wall and knock over the camera. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pull her out of the garage and let her heat up in the yard. I just heard the fan kick on. Let's go check it. That's the first time the 71 has pulled out of the garage under its own power in maybe a year, and it's decided to rain, which I do not have any wipers, so I keep hearing the fan cycling on and off, so it's working right, Battle. Got a fresh bottle of ATF. We got a little bit of smoke off of that passenger side header. I think some ATF dripped on it as I was adding ATF, Battle. For what it's worth, that header paint is worthless. Those headers already look like junk, like old jalopy headers. See, we've checked the ATF a bit too much because now there's ATF all the way up here on the dipstick. I am going to run it through the gears. All right, Battle, let's take her for a test ride. Well, she goes into gear. First time in over a year. My alternator's charging. I can hear the flasher relay flashing quickly. I'm going to make sure there's no cross traffic. I don't want to tempt fate. Come on, old 64. second. Here's third. Here's the intersection I drove the 96 back and forth to, and it never shifted right. Can you hear the timing? Of course, the fuel could be bad too. The last time I added fuel was, I don't even know, in the spring. Like the noble steed that she is, the 71 wants to go back home to the stable. She's shifting. She just likes to leak transmission fluid. You know, you should replace your tires about every 10 years, and that's where I'm at with these tires. But I do have some new wheels for it, which if you frequent the forums, you probably saw the thread that I did on that and a few pictures. So some upcoming videos are going to be restoring those wheels, and we'll buy some white walls for her. That 235/75 R15 is sort of hard to find nowadays. That's not a knobby SUV tire. Homeward bound, battle. Listen to the pipes. That's dual exhaust with an X pipe and 45-inch glass packs on both sides. It's maybe a little bit aggressive. Two and a half inch pipes all the way back. And of course the headers up front, full length headers. Maybe I'll change the mufflers, get rid of the glass packs and put some Dynamax or house brand turbo mufflers on it. We'll see. Definitely need to air up these tires. Sounds like I might even have a flat spot on them since the 71 likes to sit so much. Let's see if the horn works. It does. All right, battle, here we are. Test drive successful. It was only about 5 or 8 miles, but I don't want to tempt the fates. Like I said during the test drive, it sounds like the timing needs to be reset a little bit. So we'll do that. And thanks for helping me out today, battle, with that fuel pump and installing the thermostat. Make sure you check out one of these other videos that I did on my 71 Oldsmobile in the past. And I'll see you next time, battle. All right, it's not spitting at all. Let's make sure. Look, the distributor's not hooked up. Of course it's not going to start old 64. Jeez.